Okay, this is June 2nd, 2022. I figured out that if there are triggers to tongue root spasms and tension, like right now, if I go like this, it really hurts. Like there's something right here in the tongue root that has been really tight. Okay. And I don't think it's happening during my singing, nor is it happening at any point in time except for sleeping. Because I used to wake up with like excruciating pain from tension of clenching the jaw. And so I would have like pain, extreme pain right in here. Okay, so it's a spasm that catches, like, if you clench your jaw really hard, right, this part of the tongue root will be really sore like it is right now. Okay. It's very bad for singing. But it's not bad, I find, for the soprano saxophone embouchure. Okay, but to sing, one would not want to clench the jaw in the middle of the night when one is singing, because that's exactly what causes the issue. This plus acid reflux. So clenching the jaw, grinding the teeth, and so clenching the jaw, grinding the teeth, acid reflux. Okay, so good. Okay. So one of the teachers said to sing on a do, which I found to be really enlightening, because that really was a bad trigger. It triggered such a very strange, like, tension. It just, that syllable is so little sung. It's never sung. Like, nobody ever sings on a do. Okay, think about this. Do. So basically Moriarty, right, John Moriarty writes the book Diction. It's a textbook, and he has this pie chart where he describes the Italian vowels. Okay, so it's e, a, o, u. So I would do that, right? But ooh is as close as you get, but the d consonant, literally you have to use this muscle. The. You have to use this muscle, and if you touch this muscle right here, the, you'll feel it tensen up. You'll feel it flex. Okay, so the, do. So this is particularly triggering right in here. Okay, the entire. Because when I do this, oh my god, I can totally feel it. You prod right in here. Okay, like there's a ligature issue, there's a ligament issue here. Okay, so there's a lot of tension. And I think when you sing, when you train in singing, your physiology changes. Okay? Meaning your ligaments, as with any sport, your ligaments and your musculature changes. Okay? Ooh, so the whole entire underside here is like, it feels really hard. And on the right side, there's like clicking. Do. And that D, do. Because, watch, if you push all this way in here, you cannot make that sound. So, if I just push really hard in here, okay, okay, but you go, you cannot make the sound duh if you have tension down here, which I think is the point. Ooh, that's particularly painful. Okay, so the reason why anybody would want to sing on a do, 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 and to sing it with like a tall kind of space in the back of the head, like do, do. So what I would probably try to do is to go start from here, do. Okay, so start from the C, right? Do, go up half a step, another half step, and as you're coming up, keep it as high as you can while singing the original note. So watch, my position is here. Do, it's pretty low, right? Do, but here, I'm higher already. Do, right? But keep it here. As you go back down. So it's do, and then try it again here. Do, and then do, do, keep up, do, do. Okay, so I think that's the issue. And I think that it's, you know, sometimes you cannot, I guess, muscle relaxants. Okay, so here's the thing, okay? If you take a muscle relaxant before you go to bed, okay, it has the effect of putting you to sleep, right? Because that's what muscle relaxants usually make you do. But you don't want to be dependent on something like that, right? But medically speaking, if you have that level of tension in here, then you would probably want to ask your doctor if they would be willing to prescribe you a muscle relaxant on a low dose just to sleep with, so that you oh wow, that's really painful. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that you don't, you know, oh my gosh, that is so painful, you don't understand. Okay, so let's start at F. E, O, O, do, do, do. As I go ooh, my lips will start quivering because there's some sort of weird, like, ooh, because I think I'm thinking about ooh as a not a firm thing, because I want it to be as relaxed as possible. But at the same time, if you're going to say ooh, you kind of have to say ooh, ooh, ooh. That's also a trigger. Ooh, because my tongue in the back, I'm saying ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, this do, ooh. I'm putting my, the tongue is recessed in the do. I'm kind of going ah with my tongue, like to create space in the mouth. But as I depress it, my tongue's getting tense. Okay, so that's a trigger. Okay, so I'm trying to look for all the triggers of all the tension right now, okay? No, e. So it's usually I'll sing above it. Usually I'll sing all the way up here. And so usually I'll be going do rather than do. Instead of do, which I get, it's so triggery. This syllable is so weirdly triggery for me. It triggers spasms. It triggers high levels of tension down here in the tongue root. I don't know what do, that do. Instead of being really high up, like opera singers are up here. Do is where it is. Do versus do. Do. And I'm trying to go somewhere in between that. And I think, if you think about it, okay? If I said, okay, I'm gonna put my arm down, right? Like it's straight, okay? This is a relaxed position, okay? Or I'm gonna put my arm all the way up. And that's another kind of default position, right? But if I wanted to do something like weird, like it's like, if I'm putting it kind of in the middle, where things aren't really like, you know, at, like with a straight, okay? And you're just like, you're stabilizing a bent joint, right? And you're in between kind of like default positions, like this, or like all the way here, we'll say, okay? How about this? This one, which is all the way open or all the way closed, okay? If you're somewhere in between, then you have to spend extra effort stabilizing. I feel like that's the problem. So if I go do, like if I really sagged it, do, I don't have any tension, right? I'll go do, I'm bearing down, but there's not that tension in the back of, here's the tongue, okay? The tension is right back here. Okay, from here is the tongue, and then the rest of it beyond the water is like tongue root, we'll say, okay? This part in the back is what's tensing up. Do, do, do. Okay, because I'm trying to go in between, because the other extreme is do, do, okay, which also has no tension, because it actually doesn't involve any type of, it doesn't involve any level of like here, resonating here. It's do, I'm resonating all the way up here in this nasal sinuses, okay? So do, do, do. But if you notice, it's almost do, okay? Do, I'm saying do, okay? And that's not a do, which is very triggering. Do is the most triggering. Okay, watch, just try it over again. Do, do. Also, the danger is on a do, you're very closed, and the entire mouth is very closed, okay? So for opera, it's not really necessarily like the end piece of it, because you don't want to end up seeing with that type of closure of the mouth. You want to make sure that everything is really like this. You have to nearly sing opera like this. This is how you're going to be singing opera. Huh? Resonating in the sinuses with a very large space, and maximizing your space in the mouth, in the back, okay? So really, when you're singing opera, it's this, okay? The tension, and I feel like I'm just not resonating in the right place, like I'm kind of sagging and kind of like not in a default position. So I would feel more comfortable. Even that, when I ended up on the last note, it was tense. So where is the tension when I'm holding long notes here? Okay, so I'm gonna hold that note for very long, and I'm going to like map where the tension is moving. Okay, so. Oh, I just got a gurgle, which is a spasm. So around the lips, I start getting tired, okay, because because oo is not a vowel that is typically used in upper texting, okay? And then and in the very back of the tongue. Simply because I'm trying to keep the oo open. Okay, which is a task on its own. If I just kept it closed, would I still? If I kept it closed and neutral, would I have an issue? Because do, you see how closed it is. The tongue is like, you see that? So, it's a very closed sound. And so it's not appropriate for classical singing, particularly opera. So then I have to go above and I have to keep the aperture open in the back of the throat, which means I'm depressing my tongue, which is causing me tension, right? So then I have to kind of figure out a way to ascend. That wasn't so bad if I just do this, okay? Okay, next note. Do, do. See that? It have glitches. I guess muscular spasms come from like fatigue or like clenching in the middle of the night, essentially. So if you're clenching in the middle of the night and you have good, then there's like nearly no issue. Like there's no hope. Essentially, you have to get medical, you know, treatment and stuff. Okay, now. Do, do. See that? Okay, that's not even high up enough. Do, and here is the other thing is do, do. If you put a little bit of air out, if you have some air passaging through your nose while you're singing, right? Okay, the thing about that technique is saying right, then it decreases the tension, but at the same time it's really weird. Okay, so I'm gonna do this, okay? I'm gonna do no air coming out of my noses versus yes air coming out of my nose and see how it sounds. Versus Okay, those are the relaxed positions, right? So I think the sounds more resonant, but obviously if you're passing air through your nose, you're going to lose air capacity, lung capacity, right? Versus now try this. I'm gonna hold my nose. I'm gonna try to put as much pressure as I can in my nose with this plugged up. Okay, watch. Okay. Okay, I think that the idea is eventually in like operatic singing, you have to put a lot of pressure into the nose, into the nasal sinuses, meaning the pressure on any type of muscular structure, okay, is going to cause muscular tension, but an air pressure that's like skillfully aimed and focused to resonate the nasal sinuses is not going to cause tension, but it's kind of like skipping rocks, I suppose, on a like, okay, it's a skill that isn't readily available to most people, so but I think like if you say ning 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 that's a little bit better, because like right now I'm going nye, nye, which is very resonant, okay, but you have to practice like really blowing into the nose. So building the voice up, because here is where I'm starting to get like a weird gurgle in my larynx, okay? So getting that high pressure in there, it's starting to trigger something in my larynx. Like actually the vocal folds and whatnot, okay? Which makes no sense, but... Again. Okay, because I want the color a certain way, I'm like straining. I wanna. Okay. Did you see that? I just like, my voice just crackled. Okay, and that's not good. Okay. Okay. Okay, now where's the tension? As long as it's not down here, it's okay. If I feel a little bit of like weirdness up here, I think I just have to get used to it, because there's no like real muscle that's gonna cramp up. Okay. Now. Here's where I'm starting to get issues. Okay. Okay, because I'm starting to feel like just everything like tensing up for whatever reason. Okay, that's not quite right. See that? And that. Because if you start with, then it's like, then you feel like you're going, like that. Okay. Okay. That I find to be tenser. I'm trying to think about just being there, being versus you still using the chest voice and bringing it up. Okay, instead of okay, they're saying, but to that heaviness at the top, it's really difficult because then it really limits your range. Whereas if you're going, yeah. Because I'm going to, okay. Because a bit, okay, think about this, okay, the syllable do, okay, it closes the back of your throat, it closes the back of your mouth, okay, it brings the tongue in the back up this way in a U shape, versus wash versus E, or which opens it up. Okay, so this is a challenge with the do's. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see where the, because every time like my position feels different. Okay, as I'm moving up, I'm already feeling it going this way, and that's not the right way. Okay, I'm gonna pull my nose up again. It's a lot of tension. Okay, how about this? I'm gonna try to make it as tense as possible. Okay, so I'm gonna try exactly the opposite. I'm gonna try to make it as tense as possible. Okay, around here. Okay, so this means I'm pretty sure my vocal folds are swollen, because if I'm putting more air pressure on the vocal folds to make them move, if I'm having to put more air pressure, because the vocal folds are like this, right? They have to go like this, right? They're together, okay? If to get them to move this way, to open up, okay, you have to put more air pressure, it means that they're swollen and they're fat, okay, rather than thin and lithe, okay? If they're thin and lithe, and they'll just, you know, open very easily. So if I go so the makes a lot louder of a sound than because it's more resonant of a syllable. Or okay. Now we're gonna go on do and see what happens after those two. I think it's just because the do or do, it doesn't open up the back of the throat, and so I have a tendency to want to like try to force it open. So what if I just went with a very small closed aperture and then I sound like a squeaky Minnie Mouse. Versus as soon as I depart from the which is so high up in the nose, as soon as I drop that placement, I feel like this, like it's like the world is over, like as in like it's like okay. I cannot sing do up there. Because it's like a weird, like there's so much tension. I think the syllable is very like conducive to that, because now I'm feeling like extremely, like I'm literally getting like tongue soreness, which is not it. Like for your tongue to be sore, think about this, your tongue is made to speak, okay? For your tongue to literally be sore is a problem, okay? Okay. Okay, which part am I using? I'm not really using like my larynx. Okay, now what happens if I use my larynx up there? Okay, as soon as I go up, I feel my tongue going, okay, that's what I'm doing. I'm going, because it's like I'm not relaxing. Whereas I should be relaxing into it, because gravity is supposed to relax certain things. Now, if you could strategically use gravity to relax rather than to tense up. So when people go up higher, right? So, right? Now, why is there tension? Okay, let's do it. Go through this many times. Okay, here, I'm literally strangled. Why? Because I'm going, and that's not how I usually go up there. Okay, so what's the limitation of a nge? Okay, here's my issue. Where's my sound? No, it's in my throat. My throat's actually pretty closed, which is bad. So I'm not really using my throat. And I feel like my vocal folds are like this, okay, but it doesn't make any sense, okay? Because you're resonating that way, I must be up here, like really too far up, and I need to relax the larynx or something. Okay, so here's the issue. As you're going up, what happens is that the center of the sound, the resonance, okay, see, watch, the larynx is here, okay? If the point of resonance keeps moving up, then the distance of the point of resonance is larger, okay? And so there lies the issue of thinking about this, okay? If you're down here, okay, so now I feel like there's some sort of mucousy, like tension. It may be because I've been singing for like 30 minutes. But here I feel like I feel like the sound's setting in like really, really low in my abdomen. Whereas if I go, I'm up here. Okay. So I guess the idea is if you start really low, like if you say, which is much lower than usual, or it means that from the laryngeal resonance, you're pulling the difference, okay? You're pulling this sound into your head higher and higher up. And when you do that, you have to manage that distance, okay? So what I'm saying is, if you sing like sitting really like with like a with a really dark sound with like that lowness, or do, by the time you're getting up here, do, to get that. Okay, I mean, the distance is just too big. Okay, so you want to, instead of this, you want to compact it somehow. Okay, you gotta figure out a way to shrink that distance, because that's all work. If you think about going, okay, that is a huge distance. What you want to do is figure out a way to shrink the distance without actually compromising the sound, which is ridiculously difficult. And each person's like apparatus is slightly different. I wouldn't say it's extremely different, but yeah. I'm trying to keep it compact. And here's where I'm pretty free here, but right now the sound is here. That's already compromised in terms of the quality, obviously, right? But I'm gonna continue. Wait. Okay, so I lost it, and it started getting screechy. So I'm gonna move back down. Okay, now I'm going like that. Okay, I'm going okay, literally like I'm going. It's so bad. Hold on a second. Let me try to not do that. Okay, because if you have the range, you have the range, right? But you have to not do like okay, because I'm going. Okay, let me try singing with my tongue out. Now, okay, I'm gonna go here because I've always had a problem with my heart range. Okay, and then started going like, like literally, because what this sounds like is very, very funny. I mean, granted, with like microphones and whatnot, people get away with it because they have like vocal processors and whatnot, right? But in opera you cannot do that, you know, so you cannot get away with it. So here. I have to go. Ah, there it is. Okay, it's a lot of tension right now. Not good. Okay, here's where the problem is. Ah, there it is. I think I'm placing it in a bad place. Like, I think I just have to keep this shape in the mouth. And to put a little bit of air out of your nose. To protect the position. Okay. But do I know what's happening? I think it's going. When you sing high, it's like it's like your because I've seen like the laryngoscopes, like okay, and like if you do slower, it's like this. Okay, if you go ah, it's like wah, and then if you go, it's like that. Okay. Okay, what am I doing? What do you think the laryngoscope shows? Aside from your like position of badness, going. I think I'm going. And that's not correct. Okay, let me try to position myself. Ah, that is. That's not good already. Try this. I'm going. Okay, if I'm going. Okay, that's already really like. Okay, why? Because I'm scared of the notes, so I'm not actually climbing up. I'm like that. I'm still scared of it, and I think it may be showing up in the high registers that my vocal folds are actually extremely swollen from my GERD. It might be just that's why the sound is so bad, rather than like the positioning is necessarily wrong, because it's a kind of like a cyclic thing. It triggers different things. So if you think, oh my god, it sounds like really shrill, and you're like, okay, I'm getting nervous because it sounds really bad, right? Then you're like instinctive, you know, thing to do is to tense up. So I think the hoarseness at the high range is from the vocal folds simply just being really fat. Okay, fat vocal folds. Okay, so because as I'm hitting 50 minutes of singing, right, what I'm finding is that I'm starting to go hoarse. Okay, so basically the latent swelling of the vocal folds that I'm like experiencing, I'm bypassing it by placing up higher, right? But there are certain things that you cannot bypass. Okay, so if I say and I sing it softly, you hear that? I'm already bypassing it. there's parts of my vocal folds that's swollen. Okay, there's parts of this structure that's swollen. But if you push through it, because, you know, if you have like, let's imagine, okay, if you had a one vocal fold that was like twice the size, like this, okay, of where it's supposed to be. If your vocal fold was this, okay, and it was like this, and both sides were like this fat, really fat, okay, it's going to be difficult to move them. Okay, so thicker vocal folds have a richer sound, but it's more difficult to move them. And so when people, you know, sound like they're just pushing their voices, and their voices are really big, it's literally because the size of their vocal folds are different. And so they have to put a little bit more pressure, and the edges of the vocal folds also, that also matters, okay, which is the reason why if you have, like, you know, any type of swelling or any type of nodules, any type of issues or blistering or any of that sort, that, you know, will cause issues. So I should probably stop instead of going. Okay. Okay, those are squeakies. Now, how do squeaks work? Which is just, you know, some sort of weird thing about the vocal folds squeezing out, like, you know, a sound like you blowing on the edge of a piece of paper and making a sound, right? That's essentially what it is. It's like some sort of weird like thing that is going through the vocal folds, or like your apparatus where it's like a whistle. It is a vocal whistle. Yeah, but I need to stop because this is way too long to be singing.